Alright guys, so this is a crappy cassette Walkman that I bought from Amazon for 20 quid about 10 months ago, and the headphone jack has died. It was actually, for what you got, it was actually pretty decent. It could record, it has a AM FM radio and a little built-in speaker, and the mechanism, you can see a little tiny speaker there, and it still works apart from the headphone jack, which is what I use this for. I use this as a Walkman for playing cassettes when I'm out of the house, and you can't do that anymore. Radio still works, it still records, but it doesn't do what I need to do anymore. So I went on Amazon and picked up this. This is the Reshow USB cassette player. Just got it on Amazon today, so we're gonna have a look at it. So it says on here, Link kara Audacity softwareをダウンロードしてください。QR コードをスキャンして Audacity software をダウンロードする。And yeah, it's saying there that you can archive your cassettes via USB to your computer. I don't really see the need for that unless it's like a release that was cassette only. It wasn't released for download or CD or anything. So that's probably the only thing I'm ever going to use that for. But yeah, I got this as a replacement Walkman. So it's still move this out of the way, and this is what it looks like. This is the first piece of cassette equipment I've got, which is a player only. It can't record, but that doesn't really matter because what I'm going to be using it for anyway. So let's just get it out, and here it is. This is the Reshow USB Walkman cassette player. This one's interesting. This one actually has auto reverse. It's the 4-head type. No, the 4-track head rather. So, and it's weird, it kind of opens on the side. Let me just see how this works. Oh, it's a little catch switch, and it actually gives you a pretty decent look inside. So you do that, and then you it's hard to do it one-handed. Oh, come on. There we go. See, it has a little speaker, and that's the 4-tracked head, and it obviously has dual capstans and pinch-rollers for where it's going in the direction, but this is only a play head, and obviously by the fact that there's no erase head, so it obviously cannot record. In the bag you also get, it's the USB cable and a pair of crappy earbuds, which I'm not going to use. So I'm going to take the batteries out of this Walkman and put them in here, and give it a little test and see how it sounds, I guess. Was just having a look there how you put the batteries in this thing, and they actually go in here. It's got this flimsy little plastic battery holder. I have to be careful with that. Don't want to break or anything, but remember we've got 2 AA batteries. Right, and before I forget, the controls on here, we have play, stop, fast forward, rewind, and direction if you want it to play just one side of the tape or continuously in the auto reverse. So there, fast forward, rewind, there's no pause and obviously no record. You actually push this thing down, by the way, to get it open, so you can see it, 4-track head. You can also manually change the direction. You see the opposite spools turning there, and it and it auto shut off because I had it in the one direction mode. So if I put it on loop, and now it should just go. You can see the individual capstans and pinch-rollers. You can see a little mechanism in there moving them back and forth. So yeah, there is a volume slider on it, so just grab the nearest tape nearby. And put it in. And play. It seems to not have a built-in speaker. It's probably headphone and USB only. That's fast forward, rewind. You can keep getting confused that stops here and these are fast forward and rewind. So yeah, it seems to have no built-in speaker. I'm probably going to have to try hooking it up to Audacity to see if it actually comes with audio, or probably plug those crappy headphones in and see if we can hear anything out of that. So just give me a sec. Yeah, well, I have headphones plugged in now, and there is audio coming out of it, but it's barely audible and the volume's all the way up. So yeah, probably not very good sign of quality, but you know, you can't get Walkmans anymore, so I suppose this is more for as a USB archiver. But I'm gonna get it plugged into my computer now and show what it's actually intended for. But and I just noticed something else not very of high quality. Look how much the spool on the left hand side is wobbling, and that's because you take the tape out and fast forward. Look, the sprocket's like spinning. That's not a sign of good quality. The other side's not as bad, but still there though. And I've just been listening through headphones now, and I did notice a bit of wow and flutter in the audio. So I guess you get what you pay for, but I guess we'll finally try out the USB and see how it goes. Okay, it's now plugged into my computer. Audacity here, it just set it up as a new device. So you, from your audio setup, on your recording devices, you go to USB PMP audio device and hit record, and then press play, and we're recording. So I'll do a bit of this, and then I'll probably edit in the audio. Oh, and one thing that I haven't actually shown yet to you guys is that I actually have a calibration tape here, which I've actually used on all of my cassette decks to check the wow and flutter and calibrate the speed properly. So now we're actually going to test this thing. I have the software open here. It's called Software Wow and Flutter Meter. So we put in the tape, hit play, and there is a 3000 kilohertz tone recorded on there for checking the wow and flutter and the speed. And as we can see here, it is running a little bit fast, 3064 hertz. It should be 3000 hertz. There is a little hole in the back of the unit to to adjust the speed, so you can stick in a flat blade screwdriver to adjust that. So I'll do that in a minute. And here's the wound flutter, and it's pretty bad. It's a 0.69 to 70 WRMS and 1.2% peak. So yeah, wound flutter's pretty bad. Though I should be able to fix the speed, because I know I was doing a recording test earlier and it sounded a bit fast. So yeah, overall I can't say. If you want a proper cassette recording listening experience, don't get one of these. Get yourself a Sony or a Pioneer or a Iowa or something. But I'm just going to be using this as a Walkman, really. You know, I'm not really that bothered about USB, or I'm just going to adjust the speed now. Alright, that took quite a bit of fiddling around, but thanks to this little flathead screwdriver that you stick in that little hole on the back of the unit, I've been able to calibrate the speed to just about as close to accurate as it can possibly get with one of these things. You know, as close to 3000 hertz as possible, because even the tiniest of adjustments, it jumps around a lot. So I guess that's the best we're going to make it. And I guess now that I've done that calibration of the speed, I should be able to get a somewhat better recording out of the USB. So I will do some tests and then I'll play them for you.
Pas jalousie, y a pas l'amour. S'il y a jalousie, y a l'amour. Hypocrisie, à bas, chouchou. Laisse-toi aimer, chouchou. Laisse-toi juger, chouchou. Laisse-toi aimer, chouchou. Laisse-toi juger, chouchou. Laisse-toi aimer.
Okay, it's been about a week now since I last did a video of this thing, but it actually seems to have improved quite a lot. The wound flutter isn't as bad, it plays more consistently, and it's actually been pretty good as a Walkman in the last week or so that I've been using it. So maybe the things I said about it earlier are actually wrong. Once it's been used a bit, it's the belts seem to have become a lot more how they should. It's it's playing more consistently, and it's served the function as I want it as a Walkman, and it should be all right for archiving tapes now. Tapes that were cassette only, when in the other types. So whilst my initial impression of this player was not as good, it seems to have redeemed itself. As I said, the tape speed is more stable. I've noticed a lot less wound flutter in the audio. The auto reverse is fine, and it does what I need it to do. So I was going to give this a lower score before. I was going to give it like a 6 out of 10 or so, but now I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for the improvement that I've seen in the last week or so. As I said, using it more has made it more stable, so maybe the belts have, sort of, readjusted themselves, and it's forming a lot better. So so I will give the Reshow portable USB cassette player a 7 out of 10. I say, when I first reviewed it about a week and a half ago, it wasn't really performing the best. There was wound flutter in the audio, and but now it seems to have got better just by using it more. So that's the end of my review of the Reshow USB cassette player. It could be better, but also it could be a lot worse. I think it's going to perform pretty well for what I wanted it to do. And yeah, that's the end of this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.